We're all looking for the next 100x gem. FerrumNetwork's new interoperable mainnet might just have that potential. In this video, I'll share 5 key insights that show how Ferrum's recent developments might position it for some intense growth coming up ahead in this bull cycle. Having contributed to this project in the past, I know there's a lot to unpack. In this video, my hope is to highlight some of the things that I'm looking at in a bull case to help you decide if this is a good fit for you, and also to highlight some things that are some cautious items to look out for. So let's dive in. For those of you that don't know, FerrumNetwork is a project that has been around since 2018, coming up to multiple years now, having gone through multiple bear and bull markets. And the team has consistently been building various products throughout this time, including having built one of the first DeFi staking products that had secured close to $1 billion in TVL at its all-time high. Most recently, there were some concerns about them being able to deliver their mainnet, which was the core product. And I even stepped away from the team a few months ago because of other personal obligations. But what I just got notice of is that they've released miraculously their mainnet, not as the Polkadot substrate chain that was initially planned, but as an Arbitrum Orbit L3 layer, which is absolutely bonkers because they've been able to do that and add tremendous efficiencies with a very, very lean team. And the market cap and upside potential is exciting, so we're going to be looking at that. Now, Ferrum is focused on solving the problem of interoperability. In other words, making it simple for you to trade any token on any chain, regardless of the chain where you have your assets. That's the problem they set out to solve, which is why the transition from Polkadot, the substrate-based chain, over to Arbitrum is exciting, because that means that they're showcasing the fact that regardless of the underlying layer 1 that they're built on, that they can move across ecosystems and chains very, very easily. It further solidifies and proves their layer-less approach, where FerrumNetwork's own infrastructure actually utilizes their proprietary quantum portal infrastructure, and that infrastructure can connect with, and has already been connected with, nearly a dozen chains and continues to grow. And it doesn't really require a specific layer 1 network backing it, so they can plug into Arbitrum Orbit L3. They can also plug into the Cosmos ecosystem, Polkadot.Sama ecosystem, the Bitcoin ecosystem, and many, many more. Right now, the mainnet is live on the Arbitrum Orbit L3, and we're going to dive into some things that are interesting to look at today. And one of those enhancements is actually the topic I'm going to cover next, which is efficient block production. So this is a major innovation from what the network was doing before and what a lot of other proof of stake networks do, where a validator that's running nodes and this network itself continues to produce blocks at different time intervals. On Ethereum, that's about every 15 minutes. On Arbitrum, BSC, and other chains, for example, it's every few seconds. It varies from 3 seconds to 6, 15, so on and so forth, depending on the configuration. Well, with the Arbitrum Orbit L3 and the integration that Ferrum has just launched for its mainnet, the blocks are only produced when needed. So it's ad hoc block production. This means that if there's no transaction volume and no need to produce a block, blocks will not arbitrarily just get produced, which reduces the burden significantly for storage requirements on the folks running these validators and securing the chain, making the whole process way more efficient and leaving room for actual valuable data storage rather than empty blocks that can clog up the data storage size of anyone running a node on their machine. I also want to highlight persistent development that we've seen from this team and set of contributors. They've been building for 6 years and have built a tremendous amount of products. As I mentioned earlier, they've built their own DeFi suite of products, which includes staking, vesting. They've built bridges for some L1s, including some of the grants they've gone for various foundations. And they've transacted hundreds of millions of dollars with those bridges in that time period as well. With 6 years of experience behind them and a mission to remove barriers to the mass adoption of crypto, this latest move, which was coming from a moment where all hopes seemed to be lost about the launch of the mainnet, is very, very bullish. And I'm really excited to see what happens next on this chain, which is the topic that I want to cover next. As with many chains, early adopters are typically incentivized. While they have not announced any direct plans for the airdrop, we know from their tokenomics that a significant amount of the token allocation is allocated for community participation, traction, and airdrops. So what I would bet is that any transactions that are being conducted on the network in the early stages, any participation on the platforms and projects that will be built on this network, including any Uniswap clones, DeFi ecosystems, lending and borrowing platforms, launchpads, participating in any of those ecosystems is likely going to put those early adopters and early users at an advantage for any airdrop opportunities that may be coming in the future. And it's really easy for anyone to participate because you can simply just add the chain config to your MetaMask by going to chain list and searching for Ferrum. It has already been added as a network over there. Now let's take a look at with what is the market opportunity and upside on this, along with some of the risks. So with everything Ferrum has to offer, it is currently only sitting at about a $500,000 to $600,000 market cap. Comparable tokens like Route and others sit at about $6 to $7 million market cap, which is already a 10x value increase from where Ferrum is right now. And other interoperability players have market caps in the 50, 60, $100 million ranges. These tokens, of course, have built more integrations, and if Ferrum goes that route, it will be an easy 10 to 100x play. Now, will it pan out exactly that way? We don't know. But what we do know is that in the previous bull cycle, with just the hype of the mainnet coming and almost none of the technology stack that is deployed now being even close to deployment, they already reached a market cap upwards of $100 million. The all-time high was about $130 million plus. So it could be likely that in this cycle, it could achieve a significant market cap. But that is a decision that you should make on your own by checking out some of their documentation, checking out some of the recent updates, utilizing the products that have been out, and making that decision yourself. I'm kind of bullish and looking forward to what's next with this network, and I'm looking forward to what the team continues to deliver, what projects choose to partner with it, and build on the platform. So in the coming weeks, we'll learn a lot more. And as always, early adopters do benefit because they're taking the risk to participate in this early network. And of course, that should be rewarded accordingly. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I do make other videos highlighting some amazing communities in the ecosystem, especially one community I'm really bullish on in the Bitcoin ecosystem for the largest token on Bitcoin, the DOG token. It is a token that has 43% of the market share of all tokens of that class on Bitcoin. So you can check that video out here or some of the other videos that are being recommended right now that may highlight some valuable content for you on the channel. Thank you again and see you next time.